Good evening, and thank you very much, Pnina. It's a great privilege to stand here tonight and talk about our legal center for combating anti-Semitism, which is now about 2 years old. As Mayor Linzen said in his opening speech this evening, we continued this year under COVID-19 situation. We did the best we could, but we continued combating anti-Semitism, especially in Europe, some cases in court, incitement in the social media, especially in Germany. I'll talk about that a bit later. And we are preparing, as the Mayor also mentioned, for a very big new project of legal assistance for Jewish communities. We think that if we will be spread out enough, this will create a change in Jewish life and give more security for Jewish people in the diaspora. So those are our plans for the next year, among others. Before I start, I would like to share an important achievement we had just 2 weeks ago. It's in a great timing because we took upon ourselves to join this case of Professor Bilevich, who is from Warsaw, and he was sued by a Polish artist that creates anti-Semitic drawings, etc. And Professor Bilevich said these art drawings are actually anti-Semitic, and he is an anti-Semitic person, and he was taken to court. So Alexandra, who is a board member of the association, 2 years ago in Rome, came up with the idea that we help in protecting him, and we did. And just 2 weeks ago, she told us we won the case. So I think it's great news, and it's in great timing. Okay, so now let's talk about the broader idea of how the challenges we have combating anti-Semitism in the global era. So we live in a global village. That's not anything nobody knows. Everybody knows. And that means we have challenges we didn't have in the past because people are, the anti-Semitic actors use the internet for their needs, and it enables them to do many things very fast. They have very high connectivity. They can transfer money. They can transfer ideas, and another problem that we face is that the legal situation in different places are different. For instance, Holocaust denial is forbidden in Germany. It's not forbidden in Great Britain. We'll see how that influences us in a minute. Okay, this is just to understand how forceful and how what a great impact the internet has. This is 60 seconds in 2020, what happens on the internet. You can see it. It's the quantity of the traffic of knowledge, of information, of messages is just beyond all imagination. And this is, of course, a very dangerous tool for our anti-Semitic actors. So what do they use the internet for? So we can see that they use it for propaganda, for incitement, for recruitment, etc., financing, communication. And I want to give you a few examples of the things we met and we tried to challenge. So let's see a few examples. We see many parades and rallies going on, not this year because of the COVID-19, but in a regular year. And it's very interesting because they happen in different places. They usually, or I haven't seen any overlapping, but I did see same groups coming into different places. You can see them one time in Budapest, and then you see them in Sofia, Bulgaria. And you ask yourself, who told them to come at exactly this period? Who paid for their train ticket? Who paid for their hotel, etc.? And we have some answers, but this is one of the things we see, which of course is enabled because of the connectivity, because of their ability to connect with each other. Which brings me to the next example of coalitions of anti-Semitic right organizations. This is an alliance called Fortress Europe. It was established in Sofia, Bulgaria in April 2019, and you see that we have members, a group from Bulgaria, a group from Germany, a group from Hungary, a group from the Czech Republic, and from Poland. And a year ago, there was a delegation of Supreme policemen from Bulgaria and Israel, and I lectured to them about anti-Semitism, and I showed them this picture, which was taken in a park in Sofia, Bulgaria. And they didn't know about it. Why didn't they know about it? Because the law enforcement forces, organizations focus on where they are. Each one takes care of anti-Semitism, if they do, where they are. And they don't have the big picture, and there's a big picture going on, and it's a big challenge, and we're trying to help challenging it, and at least to bring it also to the knowledge of the law enforcement forces in the different states. Last and not least are the online publishers selling Holocaust denial literature. Why is this so important? Because I think the most important battle that we're going to meet in the next years is the battle of the narrative. What's the story that's going to be told to our children and to our grandchildren? And as long as Holocaust denial material is sold very easily on the net, this is an example for one online bookstore that we just knew about just a few weeks ago, and we're trying to do something about it. It was established by a neo-Nazi called Adrian Perbinger. Since 2016, the Leipzig prosecution wanted to indict him. He was never indicted. He's gone. People say he's in Moscow. But his bookshop is alive and kicking, and whoever wants to buy Mein Kampf or any other neo-Nazi or Holocaust denial literature can go online and purchase it in Germany, and of course in other places. And another example is the Castle Hill Publishers, which we've been dealing with for a while. Its founder was in jail in Germany already, and then he went to the States, and he lives in the States since. This is his wife. This is their house. It's her family's house for the last 5 generations. So we can talk about the white supremacists in the United States. And we turned, but with our great lawyer we have in Germany, Stefan Kamper, that also helps us, does a great work regarding incitement in the social media in Germany. And also we asked him to turn to the authorities in Germany about this online bookshop. And so what the outcome of that was that the 7th or 8th arrest warrant against the owner. But since he's in the States and there they have freedom of speech and they can say anything and do anything, so he will stay in the States safe and sound, and we can do nothing about it. So we said, okay, at least shut down this site in the internet. So that they said they would. We've been following that, and we see that the site is still up, and you can purchase this material in Germany where Holocaust denial is forbidden. And we asked why. So lately we turned to another German authority called the Media State Authority that's supposed to help us in this, achieve this goal. And just about 10 days ago, I think, or maybe a bit more, we got this letter saying, you're right, it's wrong what he's doing, this site is wrong, But the publisher is based in Great Britain, we'll turn to them, and since, I'm telling you that since Holocaust denial is not forbidden in Britain, the British will do nothing about it. So we'll try to think of other ideas, but these are challenges we face. So it's a long way to go, but we're continuing. And as Daniel said, we're open for ideas and for suggestions for more cases. We'll examine them and we try to bring them out. So thank you very much for your attention, and I hope the next conference will be as normal and we can meet each other again. Have a good day and a good night. Thank you.